Hey there, Dion Hara of Talent United. Again, I'm here with my co-director, Gary Banks. Gaz, how are you?
Well, thanks.
Now, look, the recruitment process often goes essentially like this. An organisation has a requirement, they contact a recruiter. Let's just assume they only contact one, but we know from a lot of our experience they might contact multiple at one time, but they contact a recruiter, they send a job brief, that recruiter gets all excited because they've got a job on. They have a quick look through the database looking for somebody that they can find quickly and easily that fits the brief. That oftentimes isn't the case. With talent as hard to find as it is, they'll run a seek ad. That doesn't work because, well, it doesn't work, and then they're a bit stuck. And what this causes is a lot of frustration in both of those parties. The recruiter gets frustrated because they can't find who they're looking for, and the company is getting frustrated because they're not getting the person that they desperately need to continue to grow their business. Gaz, we know at Talent United we do things differently. We say that all the time. That means different things to different people. How would you sum up how we approach recruiting a position differently for our clients?
Yeah, essentially it starts a little bit beforehand. So ideally this is part of an overall talent strategy that we've looked at probably 6 months earlier. But just say that we've just got this one particular role. Filling that role is just a function of time. And the more time you can allow us to do that, the better result you're going to get. So whether you pay for that time by the way of a retainer or you give us exclusively the assignment, we can go through and spend that time finding them. We found that in looking at inputs of where you get candidates from, there's about 16 different inputs that we use along the way. And you can't do that when you're on just a contingent role that someone else might be working on. You get to point 2 or 3 and that's it. So you get a lot more coverage across a variety of areas to ensure that you get it. Our fill rates when we do these retained assignments, it's around about 95% when the industry averages for contingent roles are around about 20. So you're nearly 5 times as more likely to find somebody if you go down this path. From that too, we look at what is really important, the matching process, not what's the nice to haves, what is it actually required to do this role, and you then rule out a lot of the false negatives and search into things that aren't important, get down to the true essence of what it is to find in this role. And because we can work on this role exclusively, we can spend the time to do that. Greater time up front leads to greater outcomes at the back end, and that's really the crux of it.
Yeah, and it really is that groundwork up front that sets in place all of the different steps in the recruitment process that we do that allows us to get that positive result at the end.
That's right. Yeah, we often spend time, once we've got the assignment, we actually call that client back and say, this is the role, does that sound like it to you? And we pitch it to them as if they're a candidate. They find that, yeah, that's really it, I know what you're talking about, that's it, go and find it. And then that's what we do.
Or if there's any tweaks that need to be made at that point, they can tell us, you're focusing too much on this, maybe focus more on that, which I've heard you do it a lot, and I know the feedback we get from clients is really, really positive. So
yep. That's the way it needs to be done.
Yeah. So look, if you are stuck on the hamster wheel of recruiting, if you're trying to find talent and you're struggling, we'd love to chat to you. Flick us an email on the address below. And look, whether we end up recruiting for you or not, we're always happy to help, happy to chat you through the steps, and we'll see where we go from there.